Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 22nd. We have got a great show for you today on Good Morning Vail. We've got Robbie Whittle be out in the community, talks about our two world-class resorts. Julio is out there talking about the community and looking at a vet service. And I am here with Ross, who is going to walk us through the weather here in a few minutes and let us know what's going on in the local weather. Grab some coffee because hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. Coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. This Wednesday, we're going to have a chilly day today, starting out with 8 degrees at 8 a.m. before it warms up to about 26 as a high today. Some slight winds west to northwest here today. And looking into the full day's schedule here, mostly sunny throughout the day, which is great. Should keep things a little warmer. Hits a high of about 25 around noon through 4 p.m. and we'll drop back down to 15 degrees tonight. It is a clear sky tonight, so we will be looking for some full moon and some stargazing this evening. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagle 28 degrees today for a high, Avon 27, Vail 26, and Denver's 44 degrees today. Again, clear skies tonight, sunset around 4:49 p.m. It's going to be a great night to get out and maybe go for a skin or just be outside and look at the stars. A low of 0 degrees though, so bundle up. Into the rest of the week, mostly sunny to finish this week. High of 32 degrees on Thursday and a low of 9. Friday, a high of 40 and a low of 10 degrees. And then we roll into the weekend with similar temperatures in the 40s and lows in the teens until we roll into 2024. Next year, we're looking at a partly cloudy day to start the year. The Beaver Creek snow report, 1 new inch in the last 2 days, bringing the season total to 80 inches with a base of 35. And you know we're all about that base here. Beaver Creek's operating 8:30 to 4 p.m. right now with 22 lifts open and 72 trails and only about 32%. So more to come at Beaver Creek as we move into winter. Vail Mountain snow report, 1 new inch in the last 24 hours, 2 inches in the last 48 hours, bringing that season total up and over 100 inches, which is great to see, and a base depth of 37 inches. Vail is operating 8:30 to 3:30 right now. And they did open blue sky, so we have 27 lifts open at Vail Mountain and 239 trails, and that's about 85% of the mountain. So we're slowly getting there, but we're looking good rolling into 2024.
Wow, I can't believe Vail has 85% of the terrain open. That's excellent.
It is a testimony to the work that all the staff over there are doing.
Yeah, and I don't think people really understand what goes into that. They're out there at night when it's the coldest of cold, and they're blowing all night long, hauling equipment around, moving stuff, pushing it once it gets down there. So you got the cat operators, you got the snow blowing team all working in unison to get this done so everybody can get out there and enjoy this world-class valley.
Yeah, and then you got ski patrol out there. Everyone's doing their part. It's
putting up ropes, dropping ropes, doing what they've got to do to make sure everybody's safe and sound out there. But man, what some great coverage out there in Vail.
Yeah, it's good to see, especially the cold temperatures. You know, it's good for snowmaking. Right?
Yeah. I was the other day I was watching TV8, and they were talking about how Beaver Creek got a significantly more amount of snow than Vail. And it made sense because when I was driving into work from Edwards, it was snowing so hard over in this side of the valley. And then as you got closer to Vail, it kind of lightened up a little bit. So it made sense. But I know we got another big dump coming.
Oh, always.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Winter's just starting here.
Yeah. Have you been out yet?
Yeah, I'm out there almost every day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. That's the goal. So it's looking pretty good. It's good to just be out again, and even though it's cold, the sunshine kind of keeps you warm throughout the day. But it's definitely a time to layer up.
Yeah. How many days did you get last year? You don't
Around
even know.
100, yeah.
Around 100.
I'm
Is
usually
it like
around
every year you look to do more and more? Or?
Yeah, the more time I spend out here, the less pressure I have to do it. You know, I've maxed out at 155 days in a row, so it's gonna. I don't know if I'll ever top that again. So now I'm going for quality over
quality over
these
quantity.
days.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. It's the way to do it.
Yeah. So.
But we've got a great show today. We're
Yeah.
going to be talking. I know Julio's out there in the community. We're going to learn a little bit about vet services, and Robbie Whittle, who is the sports expert, is going to be looking at what's going on in these two world-class mountains.
Yeah.
And then we've got some festive activities to learn how to do in-house, like cutting snowflakes and fun things like that.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to join you, Kevin.
Yeah, it's great to be on the couch with you, Ross.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot more coming your way, so stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to my family in Florida, in Delray Beach, Florida. I miss you guys and wish you were here. Love you.
All right, Merry Christmas, Thomas and Annie. We can't wait to spend Christmas with you. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, happy holidays from Vail Health.
Les deseamos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Have a happy, healthy holiday season. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. A lot of times here in this world-class valley, we talk about keeping ourselves in shape, maintaining our fitness and wellness. But how about our furry friends? There's a lot that can go wrong with them, and we need to make sure in the valley we have the experts that can help take care of them. Well, Julio is out in the community, and he talks to a local veterinarian service. Let's see what he's found out.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Good Morning Vail. Now, for all of you pet owners out there,
you know how important it is just to keep our furry animals and any animals really healthy and well taken care of. And to do just that, we have our wonderful friends here at On-Site Veterinary Services in Eagle. And I've got Dr. Susan O'Brien here, owner, founder of this amazing practice, to tell us a little bit about all the wonderful work that they do here and to just share her passion for animals. Dr. Susan, thank you for joining us this morning. Tell us a little bit about your practice. It's a privately owned practice. You started this not too long ago, 2021, I want to say, 2021. So tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of the history behind this practice and what really inspired you to do this.
Yeah, so I have been a veterinarian for 13 years. I have been in the Valley as a veterinarian for 8 years. The practice started as a mobile practice, so I went to people's homes and ranches and took care of animals there. And really, what was so special about that is that, especially the small animals, cats in particular, and birds and exotics, they were comfortable, they weren't anxious, they didn't have to travel. And I think that helped me develop a model for this practice. And today is actually our second birthday. We opened 2 years ago today. And so with this practice, what I wanted to make it feel like was someone's home. There's so many times where they have to come in, or it's even convenient with multiple animals for the owner. But we wanted it to feel comfortable for the animal and design it that it felt like they were going into someone's home. So that's how we founded this practice, much off the mobile model, to be something here that's a little bit more comfortable. And we still do the mobile services, and we see a lot of large animals. Our reindeer patients were actually here yesterday for a visit with Santa Claus, and we love that part of the practice. We are all over the Valley, so we're East Vail to up Colorado River Road, so quite a distance, and then we're here at the hospital as well. Yes.
And I love that because as soon as we walked in, you can just feel exactly what you mentioned, that cozy environment. We walked through some of the spaces which you all will get to see, and they've just created such an awesome environment here that kind of, I think your goal from what you were kind of saying is to kind of reduce stress for owners and pets alike, because it can be a little stressful sometimes, and you've created such just a wonderful, relaxing space, and I love that you all do that. Now, we've got Trudy here with us today, and I know that you also are very involved in the community and stuff, so tell me a little bit about that, because we might get to see you out and around the community, aside from all the work that you do here.
Yes, thank you. So Trudy is a 16-year-old kitty cat. She was a surrender at the shelter. We believe so strongly in our geriatrics, just having a full and like treasured life. So when we hear of an older kitty being at a shelter, we have such a home feel here and we're here so much that it makes sense to have a clinic kitty. So we started with Gail, who was 17 years old, and we adopted her from the Rifle Animal Shelter. And she was our flagship old lady, and we made a way to honor her to always have an older kitty cat in our hospital. So Trudy's just been with us 4 days, and we were all absolutely in love with her, and she is just gonna contribute to our happiness greatly. I like to do anything I can in the community. So with the shelters, we participate however we can. With Santa Claus, yesterday we asked for donations of things that they needed: paper towels, non-clumping cat litter, treats for dogs and cats, and we have a SUV full, which is incredible. So to help our friends there as much as we can, that's something that we really believe in. And then I'm involved in the Gypsum Chamber of Commerce as the board president, and anything we can do to help kind of elevate small business owners and network people that can, just help one another in this valley. We're going to keep doing that. So, yeah.
I love that. Now, I also want to talk about the work that you all do, which is why we're here today, to learn about all your services, and you mentioned the mobile services as well. So I want to dive right into it. Tell me what happens here in the practice and in some of the rooms that we see here today. What happens when pet owners or people bring in their pets here?
So we've designed flow such that there's never going to be 3 dogs from different families arriving at the same time. Everyone has a different arrival window and a room that they're designated towards. Nervous dogs go into the comfort room, boisterous dogs go into the dog room, cats go into the cat room. So everyone has their designated area, which helps reduce stress. So many owners find that to be so unique because they're not having to be on guard with maybe a dog aggressive or dog reactive dog. They can just have their own unique time. So when an animal comes in, particularly a dog, they go right to the scale. We have a comfortable mat on it. It's designed to not be frightening. And then into their room, a technician will come in and get their medical history, get their vitals. So we know, kind of where we're starting. And then I will go ahead in and do our physical exam. We operate with bribery, very much so. So we have every single variety of treat that we possibly can have, including for allergic dogs. So with hydrolyzed protein, it is important. And same with kitty cats. Cats are notorious for saying no thank you, and we don't have that problem here. So we have tuna puree, chicken puree, hard treats if they like that. We try to keep cat grass growing as well. So just offerings to make them comfortable and relaxed. And then that bribery helps me if I'm doing vaccines or blood draws or something like that, that they're not afraid. They're enjoying a delicious Kong full of treats or something like that. So it's really nice. That's how our visits typically work. We do all of our work in the exam room. So in the dog room, for example, we work on the floor. If there are blood draws, we perform them there. There's, the treatment room is a comfortable place, and you'll see that, but it's more comforting for the animal, we feel, to be with the owner. So we don't separate, we just proceed. And I do ask owners if they're comfortable, because sometimes people don't want to see that. So that's how a normal vaccine appointment would work. Animals that come in for surgery, there's a check-in much like before with the history and vitals and going over what the surgery will look like, what to expect, and consent forms and such. And then the animal spends the day with us in treatment. What I like about our treatment and part of how we designed this is that the animal's always with someone. So our treatment room isn't an area in the back. It is right next to my entire team. So we don't have nervous patients when they're here for the day because they're really kind of always with someone, which is nice. So that's how surgeries work, and then we do discharge at the end of the day for our routine surgeries. Sick animals, when they come, we for our patients, current patients with us, we always fit them in. If there's something that's unexpected that's arisen, we'll make sure that they get seen. But often what we'll do is work them into the schedule or ask for them to drop off so that we can get started right away. And still an intake like we talked about with the history and the vitals, but then they come right back to me and we can get to work. That's how it typically works. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I think a recurring theme that I keep going to is kind of just that comfort, as much stress-free as possible, which I love because that's very important for owners and pets. Now, you mentioned at the beginning, Dr. Susan, the kind of your motivation or your inspiration behind this kind of started with the mobile services, which you still continue to do, as you mentioned. Tell me a little bit about that. You mentioned you're from East Vail, kind of all the way down Valley. Mm-hmm. So tell me what animals you treat and kind of what those off-site services look like.
Sure. So all animals, really. So lots of horses, they do not easily get to the vet, so we go to them. Same with cattle. So we do regulatory work for cattle. There's a lot of state required testing or certification, so we'll do those things as well. Exotic animals, so like our avian friends or our lizards, they don't like to go to the vet, so sometimes we go to them, which I like because such a big part of my exam is seeing their habitat and seeing, I can get so much information from that. Yeah. So that's nice. And same with dogs and cats. So it's a nice, we're greeted into their home like a guest, and it's kind of fun to work that way. So we can do all of that. We show up with a mobile truck. We've got X-ray and ultrasound, laboratory, and then yes, exactly, and then pharmacy. So we can proceed proceed just like we're at the office for a lot of those things. And then other things that we need to come back to the office for more diagnostic tests or sending out samples, that's all very easy. So yeah, that's how that works. We just arrive and we do the same thing: history, physical examination, and then treatment. Yeah, it's fun.
I love that. For anyone, who has maybe larger animals or maybe their animals are a little more nervous to come into the vet, then, I love that you guys have that option, and that, like you said, you're kind of invited or welcomed into their space, which I think, kind of helps the entire situation. Now, one situation I want to talk about, which I know for pet owners might not be the best situation to be in, but I think it's important to mention, is an emergency situation, which, can happen unexpectedly, or even if we think we might be in an emergency situation and we're not really sure. What should we do if we think, hey, my pet might be in an emergency situation? And if they decide to bring their pet in, kind of what does an emergency visit look like? I know you touched on it briefly, but, I think it's important information to share too.
So that's a great question. So the during business hours is, as I said, they call, they usually come in if it's a small animal because we can get to them right away. If it's a large animal, our clients are so understanding that we can call and say, hey, we have to delay or move you to a different day. There's an emergency that's occurred. So sometimes that means an hour drive where we are, and that's something that we do, and we just roll with it as it comes. We do our very best. So during hours, or call our office, and after hours are the same thing for our office here. We only are able to offer emergency services for our patients because it's incredibly demanding, as you can imagine, and I'm one veterinarian at Current. So our patients or our clients can call our regular phone number. We have a team of veterinary technicians 24/7 that triage the call. So I find that incredible because these are very skilled people answering the phone. It's not just a call service, and they can talk through, okay, your dog ate this. This is a toxic level. You have to go in right now. Or, you're experiencing signs of an ear infection. Your dog is still eating and drinking and acting normal. You can go in tomorrow morning, and I'll let the doctor know you'll be there first thing or something. And the calls can get right through to me after they'll get history questions and see. And it's nice that I can have a little bit of information on what's going on, but the owner can talk right to their veterinarian. We have all access, even mobile, to our patients' files and medical history, so it's very easy to know what's going on and have that history. So how it works during the situation, our hospital is the same. Like the animals, we work on them coming in and feeling comfortable. We work on exactly what we need to do, if it's oxygen support or if it's radiographs, which are x-rays, like anything like that we could do right away. Our blood work is right in hospital, which is quite nice. So we can do really advanced testing very, very quickly in the matter of minutes, which I think is important because often with an emergency, it all has to happen now. So yeah, depending on that's typically how we work, and we try to just do our very best. We're always communicating with the owner so that they know exactly what's going on. Sometimes I have owners in treatment with me, so it just depends on what the animal needs. But yeah, we try to do our absolute best. I have had large animal emergencies show up here, yeah, and I've had llama emergencies in our backyard, and a darling piggy in our backyard. Like it depends, but we do exactly as much as we can at the moment. So yeah, it depends.
I love how attentive you all are to the situation of each pet and what they might be going through, whether it's an emergency or just any type of care. And speaking of that, I know people might be interested in coming in and seeing you guys or getting in touch with you all. How can folks learn more or get in touch with you if they want to bring in their pets?
Great question. So we are here to help. Our phone number is just calling us is a great way to get a hold of us. We're 524-1122. Our website has a really nice area where you can submit questions, and it's onsitevet.com, just no hyphen, onsitevet.com, and then we're on social media a lot, so that's a cool place to see like what we do and see us in action, because we have the best job, so it's fun to share it. So those are good ways to get a hold of us. We encourage people to come anytime and stop in. Oftentimes people will they want to see what it's like. They've heard about us. We'll just come in, we'll show you around. Yeah, so we always welcome that. So yeah, that's kind of it. Just check us out, get a hold of us. Yeah.
And Dr. Susan was telling me off camera that they also do have a Spanish-speaking staff member who can, kind of help for anyone who might need a Spanish-speaking person. And they're working also on their website, which will soon be in Spanish. So I love that. Anyone is welcome here. So if you want to come in, bring in your pets, check out their website, give them a call, or stop in here in Eagle and check out on-site veterinary services. Dr. Susan, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing a little bit about all the wonderful work that you all do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today. Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there. TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on TV8Vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Good morning, Vail.
If you're visiting during this holiday week, we're going to check in with Robbie, who has some tips on our 2 world-class mountains to check out.
Well, if you're new to the Valley or just here on vacation, you're probably here to ski. And we've got some exciting news for you as Vail Mountain has just recently opened some of the best skiable terrain they have. Currently, Vail Mountain has over 70% of their skiable terrain open for use, and that includes over 200 of Vail's 278 runs. Most recently, however, Vail Mountain opened its original back bowls, which include Sundown Bowl and Sunup Bowl. Known for their vast and inspiring terrain, the first of Vail Mountain's 7 legendary back bowls whisk guests into an unparalleled natural environment. These back bowls have claim to fame for a reason, as the mountain's 7 legendary back bowls have been exciting guests for more than 60 years. Sunup Express, also known as Chair 9, and High Noon Express, Chair 5, are also now open. But be careful when experiencing the back bowls. Early season conditions with marked and unmarked obstacles exist, so be on the lookout for anything poking out of the snow. If you're looking to rent gear, view trail maps, or find lodging, additional and all information can be found at vail.com. As you become more and more familiar with Vail Mountain, you'll come to understand that there's a lot of tradition surrounding the opening day at Vail Resort. And we sent our team there this year, so we'll show you some of the highlights now.
Now let's take a look at what Robbie and Gretchen have to say.
Well, we're less than 2 hours away from opening day, and I'd say there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to today.
So excited. Oh, my buddy Chris Pavona here with the bacon. I talked about this earlier. Thanks, Chris. I can't touch it with my Give me a piece too. Chris, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good. I'm stoked to be out here. It's a little brisk, but I think the stoke's pretty high today.
I'm Robbie Whittle, and we got a special guest with us, Eric Dunn. How are we doing today?
We're doing great. We're so excited that it's opening day, and we're ready to kick off the season.
Rate that.
I mean, I like it sweet. I didn't know it was going to be sweet. That kind of caught me by surprise, but it's yummy, man.
He is one of the new first chair humans, because it used to be an old school crew of all my friends, and you beat them this year.
Yeah, it's awesome. Got there like an hour before him. It's nice.
What are you looking forward to most about this opening day in particular, 2023?
Yeah, I think I'm particularly looking forward to just getting back on snow.
What are you the most stoked for today?
Get on some snow finally.
Well, if you're just now joining us, we've closed out the bottom of the hour here at opening day at Vail Ski Resort.
I'm so excited. I don't know if you can hear it a little bit loud, but the music is pumping. We are feeling it. The line's getting longer. We are stoked to be here. I cannot wait.
Well, Kim, the weather's a little bit different up here at Vail than it is over in Avon. If you're just now joining us, it's opening day here at Vail, and the excitement is on, and that countdown is on too. The gondola is spinning, and we're moments away from the banner cutting ceremony.
I am so excited. You would think this is my first opening day. I feel like, 15? This might be 16. I'm so amped.
Well, let's check the vibe a little bit here. How we feeling, guys? Ready! Woo! Opening day!
I'm so excited.
Now, not too far down the road from Vail is the town of Avon, and in Avon, you'll find the Riverfront Gondola, which will take you to the Bachelor's Gulch area of Beaver Creek Resort. This area of Beaver Creek Resort recently opened for use and connects with the rest of the mountain. The resort is currently around 30% operational in terms of their skiable terrain open to the public, while about 70 of their 224 trails are operational as well. Much like Vail, the resort opens at 8:30 a.m. and closes down at 4 p.m. Monday through Sunday. More information on events happening at the resort, rental gear, or lift tickets, head to beavercreek.com and you can find out more. Now, just to the east of Vail and Beaver Creek is a resort called Keystone, and they got something exciting going on as they just recently opened up the largest mountaintop fort, and it's available for all guests to enjoy. Located at the top of the River Run Gondola at an elevation of over 11,600 feet, this year's fort is even bigger than the previous made last year at Keystone. The fort reaches a height of 35 feet and covers a quarter acre. The fort took 2 weeks of round-the-clock work to complete the build, which features an ice cave, slides, tunnels, and ice sculptures that are apparently larger than life, so you may want to check those out. The public is allowed to use the fort every day during operating hours by taking the gondola to the Durkham summit, and visitors will need an Epic Pass, Keystone lift ticket, or a Scenic Gondola foot passenger ticket for access. The fort will be open as long as snow conditions allow it. And last year they were saying around April is the time that wrapped up. So if you want to check it out, just make sure you go before April. Now, much like Vail, there's a lot of tradition surrounding opening day at Keystone. And they're usually one of the first to open up their doors to the public for the new season annually. And this year we sent our team there as well. So enjoy some of the highlights from opening day at Keystone. Well, it's opening day at Keystone, and I would say the vibe's starting to pick up a little bit here, wouldn't you, Ben?
Definitely. The Stoke is alive. People are real excited, getting on the lift. The music's bumping. I am excited for ski season.
Well, I'm glad we made it down to opening day. Robbie Whittle joined alongside Ben Roof. Ben, what are you looking forward to most about opening day here at Keystone?
Man, I'm just excited about getting the skis on the feet and getting out there and just starting to make some turns. I mean, that's really all I'm excited about right now. We've got some good snow for this early in the season, but there's only a couple of runs open, so there's not necessarily going to be a whole bunch of room. I'm just kind of thinking about getting warmed up, getting ready to go.
Yeah, I would say I am too. Let's get after it. Sights and sounds coming at you right now. Opening day, how we feeling?
Feeling great. Happy to start the season.
Opening day, how stoked are we?
We're feeling so stoked out here.
Although it may be early in the season, Keystone's opening day didn't disappoint.
It's been an incredible opening day thanks to some amazing cold weather temperatures. We've been able to make a ton of snow up on our mountain, open up the season with 2 miles of skiing on our Schoolmarm and Silver Spoon trails. We've also got a hike to terrain park on our Spring Dipper trail, as well as a beginner learning area off of our Kokomo carpet lift.
With so many options, we took to the slopes. Overall conditions were fair, and we got a lot of good early season laps in to shake off that rust. By mid-December, we should be seeing much more of the resort accessible, but there's one thing to note. Keystone is changing. The resort is opening the Bergman Lift.
For the first time ever, guests will have access to 550 acres of lift service terrain in our Bergman Bowl and Erickson Bowl, which is really exciting. Normally when we think of high alpine terrain, we're thinking of strictly double black diamonds, advanced trails. This is actually going to be really approachable terrain for a variety of skill levels. So everybody's going to be able to get that experience of getting to the very top of the mountain, looking out across beautiful Summit County, and getting to experience some amazing high alpine skiing.
Normally when the words high alpine terrain are brought up, this excludes certain skill levels. However, at Keystone, that's not the case. All skill levels are more than welcome to hit the Bergman Lift. And expect this part of the resort to be open mid-December to early January. Wherever you decide to venture here in the Centennial State for ski season, you've got a lot of good choices, so you can't really go wrong there. But just make sure to have fun and be safe. Stick with us. More Good Morning Vail coming up.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. There is a live shot of I-70. Looks pretty clear out there, but just be careful with some of the temperatures we've had. There are a few spots with some ice, and up through that pass, we've had a lot of wind blowing and wind gusting, so visibility can be a little bit scaled down, and also some ice patches up through there. So just make sure you take your time and plan ahead to get where you're going safe. Now, talking about those temperatures, 8 degrees when you get up today, so a balmy 8 degrees. That's one of the things that's causing some of the hazards out there on the roadways, especially those secondary roadways that are covered in snow. A little bit icy right now. High today of 26, winds out of the west-northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we look at Vail by the hour, we see things starting to warm up to that high of 25 degrees, but still a little bit icy and cold out there. Denver's only showing a 44 degrees, 26 degrees in Vail, 27 in Avon, going through that I-70 corridor to Eagle, 28 degrees there, and some full sign. But again, sunshine. But, it's going to be a little bit cool out there, so dress accordingly, layer up. Tonight, going to get down to a 0. Got a goose egg tonight, but it's going to be beautiful and clear last night. Wonderful winter full moon out there to see. So get out there, do a little stargazing and check it out. Or if you're doing a skin at night, beautiful, beautiful time to do that. Looking at the 5-day forecast, Thursday, 32 degrees, 40 degrees on Friday. Saturday, 42 and full sunshine all through the rest of the week. Going to see some cloud cover rolling in. 40 degrees on Sunday, partly cloudy, and same thing on Monday, 38. But those low temperatures at night are prime for blowing some more snow. We're going to see some more terrain opening up at both Beaver Creek and Vail, even if it's not snowing out there. Now, our very own Avisha is out exploring Vail Village, and one of the great places to go is Root and Flower. If you're looking for a craft cocktail or mocktail, that's the place to go. Avisha is going to walk us through and see what they have to offer.
Come on.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Today we are coming to you from Root and Flower, one of Vail's most beloved craft bars. We're going to be talking to one of the co-owners who's not only going to show us his favorite drinks, but he's also going to show us how we can make them ourselves at home.
With a single flower painted on its door, Root and Flower in Vail Village is unassuming and slightly hidden from the outside. But once you're inside, the art of cocktail mixology is next level. Their craft cocktails are elevated versions of the classics, with extra care and creativity put into the ingredients and garnishes. This is Jeremy Campbell.
I'm an equal opportunity drinker, and what I mean by that is I like cocktails, I like wine, I like beer.
He and his partners Sam Bizance and Matt Limbaugh created Root and Flower to fill a need in Vail after spending years working in the restaurant business.
So the three of us all kind of worked together for a really long time, and it was actually Samantha and I were talking one day about what Vail was missing. And one of the things we thought Vail was missing was a higher end bar. Well, you can go to, ski bars and take a shot and kind of get drunk, but there's nothing else with that kind of elevated experience. So that was kind of the genesis. And so we wanted to say, if you'd come here, we'd have top tier cocktails, we'd have top tier wine, and in this case, also top tier bites to eat. But we still wanted to retain that soul of being a bar.
With the soul of a bar and the heart of a gourmet restaurant, the owners encourage their team to get creative with drink recipes. This drink is called American is Apple Pie, and it was created by one of their bartenders. If you like your drinks hot, boozy, and delicious, this is the drink for you. Here, Jeremy shows us how it's made. First, a little bit of apple cordial.
What apple cordial is literally a bunch of apples that we've cooked down with brown sugar.
Next, some raisin rum.
These are 151 that we've soaked in raisins.
An ounce and a half of apple brandy, a 1/4 ounce Amaro, and a 1/4 ounce ginger liqueur. Add 2 ounces of hot water and then steam it all together. Finally, he tops it off with some cognac-infused whipped cream and an apple. Voila!
Cheers.
Next up, Jeremy shows us how to make a gin and tonic like no other. He uses local floral tonic by Lost Identity and a local Colorado gin called Caprock. He adds soda, ice, and rosemary, and we've got a botanical gin and tonic.
It's very chuggable. Cheers.
And lastly, we're in ski season, so we had to include a wintertime favorite, the Yuletide, Root and Flower's take on a mulled wine. He adds 4 ounces of red wine with some handcrafted citrus tonic and 2 spicy Caribbean liqueurs. He adds some hot water, then heats it up and adds a garnish that doubles as a lid.
Holds the heat in.
So we've got our drinks and we've got a beautiful charcuterie board to go with them. Jeremy leaves us with this little bit of advice to get the most enjoyment out of your refreshments.
I always say I like to earn my drinks. If I'm just sitting around, drinking, then it just doesn't taste the same. But if I'm up there skiing all day and putting in a lot of work, then my drink's going to taste a lot better.
Cheers to that.
That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching Vail Vibes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Good morning, Vail.
Here in Vail, I like to say every day is a holiday, but recently we celebrated National Make a Cutout Snowflake. And we're going to check in with Kim, who partook in that, and get some tips on how to make a snowflake.
So it is the holiday season, which means you're probably decorating your house or looking for fun things to do while the kids are out of school. And Ben, I know you grew up crafting because your mom is an aficionado of crafts.
Certainly did. It was one of the biggest things that we did in my house during the holidays was just a whole bunch of different types of crafts. But I think you've got a new one for us.
I do, but before we get into that, do you have a childhood favorite? What was your favorite craft to make?
I think the favorite one that we made as a kid were we would make kits of stick horses.
Okay.
So with wooden dowels, we would use some of those classic, Heinz socks with just the sock puppet socks.
And then you just tie them with some string. I used to make ornaments with my grandma and my cousins every year. But we are going to show you a fun and easy way to make paper bag snowflakes. These are gorgeous decorations. Plus, you can keep them up like through the winter season because they're snowflakes. They're not necessarily Santa or reindeer or bright lights.
Well, and especially around here, we've got the Christmas lights up all year round. We've got the
I support
decorations
that.
around all year. It's a great addition to the house.
It really is. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So what you want to do is you can use brown bags or white. We chose white today because
Snowflakes.
It's easy, duh. So we're going to go ahead and we each are going to get 8 paper bags.
Sure.
So we're going to go ahead and separate those out. But what's really great about this, outside of the paper bags, you can do fun concepts. You would need a glue stick or a hot glue gun. So while our hot glue heats up, we're counting out our bags here. And you're basically going to stack them all together with some glue. And then we're just going to cut out some fun shapes here.
Do I actually have 8 here? I do not. There's 8.
All right. 1, 2. So we're just counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect.
All right. Now I've got 8 as well.
So what's great is that this is a cheap and easy and fun holiday craft. If you've got kids, this is a great way to sit around the table and just kind of,
And with so few supplies too, it's something that you can do in your hotel room. It's something that you can get the kids occupied in and engaged in when you're here on vacation too. Don't need a whole lot of setup or preparation.
And you don't really have to plan anything out either. That's the fun part. So, assuming our glue gun is hot, we're going to go ahead and what you're basically going to do is you're going to take your paper bag and you want to make sure that this side is down. So the little flap is down. That's your base. You're just going to put some dots. We'll see if this works here. Like just a couple dots along the seam of your paper bag. We'll go ahead and do that. I'll give that to you if you want to stack the next one and just stack them on top.
Just stack them on top with the base put down.
The base down, yep.
Gotcha.
So we'll do the next one. I'll just kind of alternate. Since I'm on the side of the glue gun, I'll take the next one. And so we've got 2 so far here. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you just want to give about 5 of them, 5 little dots, just to stick them together. They'll hold longer that way.
Trying to keep everything symmetrical?
Everything's symmetrical. You want to make it nice and perfect. So we've got a few there, and then we'll move on to the next one. And you just kind of keep stacking them until all 8 are glued together. So we'll make this quick here. We'll make 2 snowflakes if we've got time for it. If not,
oh no,
that's okay. You can just pull it off really quickly and flip it over. There we go. And then basically you've kind of got glue on the other side already. So we'll go ahead and stick that one. We'll put a couple dots right there.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of working with hot glue.
Right.
Except it's hot, so
it doesn't melt right away
it
or
doesn't,
stick right
doesn't
away.
Dry right away. You want to make sure that your little hands, keep them off. So if you are a mom and you're doing this with a 2 or 3-year-old, you may want to be the one putting the glue onto onto the paper bags here. But you can use a glue stick. You can use just Elmer's glue, like whatever it is, and you just kind of keep putting the dots there. Looks like we might need another glue stick, which is great because these are only about $1.50 at Walmart to buy a pack of 10. So really cheap, easy craft. Made it. Look at that. There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. So yeah, you just kind of keep doing that until you've got all 8 stacked. Awesome. We're moving on to the next one.
But what's our next step there?
So the next step will be, once these are all glued together, you're just going to take your scissors, and you've got a pair of scissors, so we'll let you work on this one.
Gotcha.
And I'll get started on the next one. And you just kind of cut your shapes however you want to. You don't really have to plan anything. That's the beauty of this arts and craft. And it's like real snowflakes. Sometimes I like to catch them on my glove when you're on the chairlift, and you can see all of the detail and all the intricacies of.
I think that's 8.
That looks great. Awesome. No, well, we're adding one more because I put the glue on. So what you're going to do now, Ben, is I'll let you have this stack. So you're going to cut symmetrically on both sides. And just kind of
cutting in.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're cutting not where the bag stacks, but you want to cut like above it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep, and then symmetrically cut the different shapes.
Don't cut any of
Any
points
of
where it folds
the
over
folded
the
part,
base.
as you can see. You don't want to cut that
Gotcha.
part. So you're going to cut right where the seam is. There's a little bit of a seam, and you want to make sure that you cut there.
Ooh, let's see if my scissors can do it.
If not, I've got a second pair over here.
Let me see about here.
There we go.
See if these might work.
Hair cutting scissors, always good to have them on hand. They're usually a lot sharper.
They usually are.
But you just kind of stack them together, and I'll make a mini one just to demonstrate a little bit more while you cut that. But when you do the 8 of them, it's nice and big and full. So we're gonna keep this shape very simple. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Do I want to avoid cutting across the middle line?
You do, you really do. So you don't even have to make them deep cuts. That's the cool part, because once we fan these open, the design is going to be so cool, and we cannot wait to see it. So I'm doing a mini one just to show you kind of what that would look like and what your cuts would look like. So triangles are good. You can just do a nice like little triangle here. And just pull that out if you want to. All right. We'll show you at the end of the show what these will look like. But what's fun about it is you can decorate them. You can put like glitter on them. We've got like tacky spray paint. So you can spray it and then decorate it with glitter. It makes it a little bit cleaner, but that's why we have paper here. So if we do put glitter on it, you know, you're not throwing it all over the place, but everybody loves the glitter.
Don't end up getting glitter all over everything like the dog.
Exactly, exactly. But stay tuned. Ben and I will finish in the first hour, Ben and I crafted snowflakes out of paper bags. You're probably going, how in the world does that actually work?
You did a much better job than I did.
You know, it is what it is. I am a resident crafter in regard to paper bag snowflakes. But basically, we took 8 paper bags and glued them together with hot glue. We still have our hot glue here. But what you're going to do is you're going to slide your hand into the inside of the 2 outside paper bags, and you're just going to open it just like that. We get this gorgeous, beautiful snowflake. Now, here's the trick. You've got to hot glue them together, and that's going to be the fun part.
All right, you want me to hold that one for you?
Just kind of hold it right there, or if you just want, yep, there you go. We're just going to hot glue. So as I stick the glue there, stick them together. So start pushing them together there. Yep, and you're just gonna kind of do this, just like that, and you just kind of stick it all together. So you grab the edges and stick it all together, just like that. And look at that, we've got a gorgeous, beautiful snowflake. Now here's the fun part. I like this one. I'm about to make a mess all over the studio. We're just gonna lay it flat, and then I've got some sticky adhesive. You're gonna shake it up. Ben's like, let me get out of the way here. Shake it up, and then you're just going to spray a little bit on it here, just like that. And the beauty of this is that it's a snowflake, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. But this is really sticky. You hold it about 8 to 12 inches away, and we're just going to go ahead. I'm a big glitter girl. You're just going to sprinkle it on just like that. And the best part is you make sure they have newspaper down to catch all the glitter. And we've got a bunch of it. And it really doesn't matter, you know, what it looks like, because snowflakes are unique and individual in their own way.
It really came together a lot different than I was expecting,
Well,
and it's huge, which
that's
is
the
just
best part.
awesome.
And just shake off the excess glitter. There we go.
Of course, yours looks quite a bit better.
You know what, though?
Mine.
I wouldn't worry about it, because what's unique about it all is that, you know, I will say it. He cut well, but I mean, are you kidding? Look at that. It's still gorgeous. And that's the best part of snowflakes. But
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas. Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning. It is December 27th. It's a fabulous Wednesday here at Good Morning Vail. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ross and I have a great show for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about weather. We're going to look at the snow report, see what's open. We're going to learn about some fat tire mountain bike racing, another wonderful adventure to get out there and do. Grab some coffee because hour 2 of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. 8 a.m. right now. It's about 8 degrees out there. We're looking at a high today, this Wednesday, of 26 degrees. Small winds west to northwest. And looking into the day here, mostly sunny, but the temperatures are low, around 25 degrees throughout the day. And then this evening, it'll drop down to about 15 degrees at 8 p.m. Clear skies today. We've got a very big, bright moon these days, so be sure to get out and check it out. Denver, 44 degrees for a high. Vail, 26. Avon, 27. And Eagle, a 28-degree high. Tonight, low of 0 degrees, so if you are going to get out and check the stars and the moon, or maybe go for a skin up the mountain, definitely bundle up. We're looking at a sunset of about 4:49 p.m. today. Looking through the rest of the week and the rest of the year, mostly sunny to finish this week. High tomorrow of about 32 degrees on Thursday and a low of 9 before things heat up a little bit to the low 40s for Friday and Saturday. And then into the weekend, we'll see some partly cloudy days, high around 40 on Sunday and a low of 13. So quite a variation in temperatures throughout the day. Nothing unexpected here. Looking at the snow report for Beaver Creek, 1 new inch to bring that season total to 80 inches and a base depth of 35 inches. And you know we're all about that base here. Lift hours, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Beaver Creek, and 22 lifts operating with 72 trails and 32% terrain at Beaver Creek. More to come. Vail Mountain has 2 inches in the last 2 days, bringing that season total over 100 inches and bringing that base up to about 37 inches. Vail Mountain is operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Blue Sky Basin opened recently, so that makes 27 lifts operating and 239 trails, and that's about 85% of terrain. So that's a great start to the season here.
A lot of good skiing out there taking place right now. And I know everybody says we need more snow, but you know what? Everybody's got enough space out there to play around right now.
Yeah, of course. So, but we need more snow.
We need more snow. We were spoiled a few weeks ago with some of those really warm temperatures.
Yeah.
A little brisk now, but perfect to get out there and enjoy, especially with that sunshine.
Yeah, and what's nice is the cold temperatures, right? That keeps the snow around. So,
Yeah.
so everything that's fallen is staying.
Yeah, well, if you're out there playing around, you need to make sure you have the proper protection. Now, Eyepieces of Vail has 8 convenient locations here in the Valley. Wherever you go, seems like right now there's an Eyepieces of Vail, and those stores are full of experts that can help you with eyewear, goggles, and also some helmets. And this helmet that we've got today is a Smith. And what I love about this is it's no longer you can just go buy a helmet. There's a lot of technology you need to consider, Ross, before you go put one on. This is a Smith Nexus, and Smith originally started with the eyewear just over in Rifle, Colorado, back in like 1969.
Nice.
So the technology now that's in some of these helmets for comfort is just the inside of it. If you look inside, they're nice and comfortable, they're soft. They've got a place you can unzip, put in your audio system. So if you've got, whether it's a Skull Candy or whatever, put it in there so you can still talk on the slopes and listen to your tunes.
Yeah.
And then the ventilation is a whole nother thing too. You can open it all the way up if it's a little warm day, get some great ventilation inside this helmet. But one of the things that you need to look for from a safety standpoint is it's got something called MIPS. So MIPS is a wonderful safety feature. And back in the day, a lot of helmets were designed for just a direct impact. But that rarely occurs. Normally when you hit, it's at an angle. And MIPS is Multi-Impact Protection System. And it's been around for a long time. I think they started looking at this back in the early 90s and designing to where there's a very low friction another layer inside this helmet. So if you do hit from an impact, it does get a little bit of give. You don't have that direct stop. It allows a little bit of flex to help also protect the neck. So a lot of technology now going into helmets to make sure that if you're riding or skiing, you're out there safe and sound, not just in ski helmets, if you ride horses, if you race bicycles, if you're out there doing other things, a lot of neat technology to look for when you go to buy a new helmet.
And it looks cool, right?
Very cool. And they make these, Smith makes these to go very good with their goggles. So you don't have that gaper gap between your helmet and your goggles. So you got everything fits nice and flush and you look cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Right,
Look good, feel good, ski good.
Yeah, that's right. Well, be sure you're safe out there on the mountain. There's some snow coming your way. We've got a great show ahead. So stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks, we also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun to me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
Hour 2 of Good Morning Vail continues right along. Joining me on the couch right now is Sterling Mudge, the Executive Director of Cloud City Wheelers. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk some fat bikes this morning, right?
Fat bikes.
That's
yes.
right. So it was recently announced that the Fat Bike World Championships are returning to Leadville for the 9th year, right?
They're coming to Leadville. They're returning to Colorado. This year will be the 9th running of Fat Bike World. It started in Crested Butte, and it's been out of the state for 3 years, and we're happy to have it and excited to have it in Leadville.
That's great to hear. Great to hear. What is fat biking? Can you explain what that is?
Fat biking is, I'm sitting right next to my bike. It is a version of mountain biking with larger tires and larger wheels that allow you to ride year-round. Some people ride them year-round. I tend to ride my other bike when it's not wintertime.
Yeah.
But it gets you out in the woods when the skiing isn't very good. The fat biking is usually really good. So it's another option to have to get outdoors in the wintertime.
For sure. And the World Championships, that's exciting to bring back to Colorado. It's a 3-day event at the end of January. What different races to do? Anyone can kind of sign up. But what exactly is the World Championships of fat biking?
So this year it's going to be three days. It's more of a festival type experience is what we're going for. So the first day will be an enduro race where you're timed only on the downhills. And the race course goes on the east side of Leadville, so the historic mining district on our snowmobile trails up there. Saturday is the main event where we will be at Colorado Mountain College racing a 24-mile loop with an option for a 18-mile loop. And then on Sunday, there's a kids race, there's a trail grooming demo, and some group rides on our single track. We groom 20 miles of single track in Leadville for fat biking, for snowshoeing, for skiing, and we want to show it off.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's for all ages. Is it kind of open to all abilities as well, or who do you see out there? Is it the usual suspects?
There's some usual suspects. We have some very fast people in our region, in our state. There's a good amount of people signing up from out of state too. People who like fat biking, and it's open to everybody. There's a lot of festive people. A lot of people tend to dress up. There's a guy who comes year after year, and he dresses up in the shortest shorts you can ever imagine. I don't want to scare anybody off, but people have fun. Costumes. We're going to have heckle zones on the course,
right,
and lots of noisemakers.
Yeah, so even if you're not competing, there's still spots to spectate.
Yes, lots of spots to spectate. We've got some bacon stations from a local provider, and we've got the heckle zones. We'll have some fire pits nearby, so you won't, as a spectator, you won't be too cold and freezing. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Heckle zones and bacon stations. That's amazing. That's amazing. What is fat biking like where we live? Is this a great place for it? What could people expect out here?
This is a great place for it. With all the grooming that happens from the Nordic grooming that allows fat biking to the single track trail providers like the Cloud City Wheelers. We groom 20 miles of trail, like I said. It's a good opportunity to get out, but at the same time, you have to think about, how am I leaving the trail behind me? Am I putting my my tire rut in the trail? Is it going to make somebody else have a bad time? And just be aware of the conditions and leave them good for the person behind you.
Right, so that's kind of fat biking etiquette that goes into it, whether you're doing it for fun or during the World
It's kind of like
Championship.
riding or not riding on muddy trails.
Right, exactly. And when you mentioned the downhills, are we talking like green runs, a blue run, a double black diamond? What?
I wouldn't say it's double black diamond unless you're going really, really fast.
Yeah.
More of a blue. It's the first stage for the enduro run is a 5-mile downhill. The second stage is a 6.5-mile downhill.
Awesome. And Leadville's such a cool little town. It's awesome to have that so close. So it's just worth going up to check out the town, right? And
it's always worth coming to check out our town, especially in our slow time of year in the wintertime.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
How would you recommend someone get into this sport?
Go to a local bike shop and rent a bike. Get out on the trails and do a good route. I think you'll have a great experience on the trails. Right now, with our low snow season so far, or a slow start to the snow season, it's made for some really good trail conditions.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what? Back to the World Championships, January 26th through the 28th.
Correct.
If people, they can still sign up if they want to, right?
They can still sign up, fatbikeworlds.org or cloudcitywheelers.com. We have a registration link through there.
That's awesome. And it's coming up quick here.
Coming up quick.
What do you have to do in this last kind of month here to get ready for it?
Lots of stuff to print, course prep work, try to sleep at night so I don't think of everything that I have to do. I've got a great volunteer group. We do have volunteer opportunities if people are looking for that. It's going to be a great time in Leadville.
Do you need anyone to man the bacon station for you?
We've got a couple people so far signed up for a bacon station.
Okay, awesome. What's something about fat biking people might not know since you've done it so much and are familiar with it?
I'd like to say it's a good mix of adventure, because you never know if you can keep going up the hill that you want to ride up, and a good mix of being gripped and loose at the same time, because you don't know what the snow conditions are going to do under your tire, and you just have to trust your tire, and you have to trust the track in front of you.
Yeah, and there's so much to do out here in the wintertime. This is a great alternative. Mm-hmm. You can get out with your family, right, or your friends and enjoy the time outdoors. That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to add or anything else we should ask you here?
Support your local trail advocacy group.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thanks.
We've got a few, and then you guys as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. January 26th to the 28th, coming in quick. The Fat Bike World Championships return to Leadville, or come to Leadville.
Come to Leadville.
Come to Leadville.
Yes.
That's awesome. And to sign up, check out the website, and to learn more, check out your local bike shop. That's awesome. How much does one of these cost though? One of these big guys.
$1,400 to $3,000.
Yeah, so definitely rent one.
Yeah.
Feel it out. Get on some local trails. Are Nordic trails kind of the most ideal thing to start on, or?
Wider Nordic trails, as long as they allow fat biking. Typically, they want you to stay on the opposite side from the Nordic classic track, as far as riding goes. And so, there's definitely a couple places in this valley and in the Arkansas Valley that allow that. The single track behind Colorado Mountain College is some of the best single track in the state, and that's we have wide 32-inch wide track, and then we also have a narrower section, more advanced section that we groom.
That's awesome.
It's definitely worth going around. Our Mineral Belt Trail. And the wider Nordic stuff is definitely the stepping off point.
Yeah, and then do you ever use this as a commuter as well?
I do. I commuted for 15 years on bike in Leadville, and now that I work for a trail advocacy group, I don't bike commute as much as I wish I could say.
For sure.
But definitely, there's a good amount of people riding their their bikes in the wintertime still.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having
me. Be sure to sign up and check out the Fat Bike World Championships, either as a spectator or a competitor, and definitely check out that Bacon Station or the Heckle Zone. Thanks so much for tuning in to Good Morning Vail. We'll continue on hour 2.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I?
Yes,
I do. So even though you work for
some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. A look at this morning, a cool 8 degrees at 8 a.m. before it warms up to about a high of 26 degrees today. Mostly sunny, which is great to see. Looking at the hourly temperatures, partly cloudy to start the day before the sun comes out. We'll hit about 25 degrees for the afternoon before dropping down to 15 degrees around 8 p.m. Clear skies with a near full moon, which is beautiful to see. And into the I-70 corridor, 44 degrees for a high in Denver today. Vail will see a high of 26, Avon 27, and Eagle 28 degrees. Again, the low tonight is a 0 degree with clear skies and a sunset at 4:49 p.m. And that is going to make for some great stargazing or getting outside and being active. Through the rest of the week and the rest of the year, mostly sunny to finish the week, a high of 32 and a low of 9 tomorrow before things start to warm up into the 40s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The lows are still in the teens, so be sure to bundle up and layer up. Partly cloudy into the weekend, and that will lead us into the new year. Up next, we're going to check in with Kim, who has a great idea for a New Year's Eve drink.
Now,
So excited. It is heading into the 2024 year, and we are breaking in our brand new TV8 bar. I'm going to show you how to make a classic champagne cocktail, something added and a little special for the new year. We're making a French 75 today. It's super simple. It's got any kind of gin. I am a Bombay Sapphire girl, so I appreciate the Bombay Sapphire, lemon juice, simple syrup, and then you're going to top it all off with some champagne. We'll add a little bit of a lemon twist just to make it fancy, but it's quite delicious. So I have 2 champagne glasses here. I'm going to make 2 cocktails, so hopefully somebody behind the scenes will want to share one with me. But I have a shaker here. I've filled it with ice. So the best part about this recipe is that you just shake everything up, you toss it with a little bit of champagne. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You want about 1.5 ounces of gin. There are plenty of ways to measure that out. You can freehand it if you want a little bit of a gin-forward cocktail. But what I've got here is a measurement tool. This measurement tool usually is about 3 ounces in total. So we've got 2 ounces in the top, 1 ounce in the bottom. They vary depending on what you've got. Some of the traditional are about 2.5 ounces, where it would be, 1.5 on, almost 2 ounces. You've got 1.5 ounces here and then 3/4 here. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So with a classic French 75, you do about 1.5 ounces of gin, but we're going to add the full gin here. We're going to do just under 2 ounces, and we're pouring it into our shaker. Now our shaker is loaded with ice. We've got about 3/4 of the shaker filled with ice. We did the 2 ounces of the gin. The next part we're going to do is equal parts lemon juice and equal parts simple syrup. So you can make your simple syrup, which is just equal parts sugar and water, or you can just buy it, which is the way easier way to do it. And we're going to do about 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, and I'm using the shorter end of my measuring tool here. So just pour that in there. As you can see, I've got about 3/4 of an ounce, maybe a little bit over, but that's okay because I like a good sweet drink. We added that in there, adding my lid back on so I don't knock anything over. And then we've got our lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. You're going to do equal lemon juice to equal simple syrup. So I'll just go ahead and pour that in here. And it gives lemon juice is really nicely paired with gin. Gin is known for its botanical flavors, and it goes really well. It's got a lot of floral taste and notes to it when you smell it, and then the lemon juice is light and bright and airy. So we've mixed our gin, our lemon juice, our simple syrup. We're going to put the lid on our shaker bottle here. Now this shaker bottle has the straining tool, so you don't need to have an extra one, which is really great. But we're just shaking this up for about 20 seconds. You're going to shake it and shake it and shake it, just so that the whole shaker bottle gets cold. You can feel it because it's metal. So I'm just going to shake it here, a little shake here, a little shake here. If I was fancy, I'd do it this way. But you want it to be cold, and if you have like a stainless steel one, you can see the outside of it starting to fog up. This one is a little bit fancy because it's got glitter and it's black, but you can see my fingerprints, which means that the drink is nice and cold. So that's the fun part. We shook it up. I'm going to go ahead and pour the cocktail into my champagne glass. You may think, well, that doesn't look like that's enough. You're right, it's not. And I mentioned that we have champagne in this one. But before we add that champagne in, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this lemon just a little bit so that we can put it right here on the edge. If you want it to be really fancy, what you could do is add a lemon twist. And the way that lemon twists keep their shape, and here's the secret, pop it into the freezer. It freezes in that little curlicue. But we're not going to worry about that today. The last piece. Now you can exact measure this out if you want to, but we're just going to freehand it. We're going to open up that champagne here. I'm using a small bottle of Prosecco, but you can use really kind of any sort of sparkling wine that you want to. Typically it is made with champagne. There we go. It's a twist off, so you don't have to worry about that cork popping. But if you did have a bottle of champagne and you wanted to pop off the cork without hurting anybody, you just throw a towel over it and you wiggle it off and the bottle will pop right off. We did that for safety precaution, just wanted to show you just in case. And then we pour this in here. If you wanted to be exact, you can do 2 ounces of champagne, but I don't think I'm going to. I think that looks nice and refreshing. It is a perfect fancy cocktail to have to start off the 2024 year.
Good morning, Vail.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. There is so much to do in this beautiful valley, and if there is a hidden gem, it is the Colorado Snow Sports Museum. That's easy for you to say. I've got Ashley Carter sitting here with me today from the Colorado Snow Sports Museum. What an amazing place.
Yep.
And it is truly a hidden gem over there in Vail, right there in the parking structure.
Yep.
Nicely tucked in.
Yeah.
And there's always good activities. And history. I love the history. You take a walk down memory lane, everything from the 10th Mountain, which is how Vail got started, all the way through how technology has changed in both skis and snowboards and boots and bindings and poles.
Yep.
Everything.
You're right, all of it.
And a little smidge of Olympic stuff in there.
Right,
so
right.
You kind of see the history of the Olympics and what's going on. So what is going on? Because there's always something new happening.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about how we can't believe we're going into the new year. But with the new year, starting next month, we kick off our Through the Lens series, which is kind of our educational series where you go through the lens, dive a little deeper. We get to kick it off with a screening of film called Advice for Girls. It's a all-female cast and crew ski film. Has 3 generations of women in there talking about how we as women get to take up space in the industry, what that looks like, and it has women of all abilities, queer, disabilities, color, all of the spectrum. So I'm very excited that we get to show that there. We will also be showing later in January the Tragedy to Triumph, the Mountains in My Mind 2 film about destigmatizing, talking about mental health in the ski industry, and kind of going through the suicide belt of the Rockies and how professionals in the industry talk about it, up to just the locals, of the importance of it's fun and there's real life that's attached with it. So diving a little deeper into that. We also will be celebrating Jimmy Huga and Billy Kidd. They were the first men from America to win Olympic medals in alpine skiing, and this will celebrate the 60th anniversary of that. And we're actually hosting that at the Sebastian because we think it'll be a rather large event. That'll be really exciting.
Nice.
Plus lots of other educational things. I think we go all the way through like the middle of March, talking about different ski resorts and getting into kind of thinking about summer and all the hiking and the mountains around us and lakes and all the science stuff behind that and the excitement of it.
Right. And you just kind of struck a good curiosity with me because every time we talk about things, especially as it's attached to the museum and it's attached to this Vail Valley, it's really about diversity because there is diversity in participation on what sports we have from all ends of the spectrum, and then from what types of sports are participated in here in the valley. Like you said, hiking, biking, and then we get into the skiing and the snowboarding. That Through the Lens series is just, it's enriching and inspiring at the same time. And then we get into everything you talk about, the inductees into the Hall of Fame and what goes on. And I believe that's in August when the inductees go into the Hall of Fame. But so much to see there in the museum and a gift shop.
Yeah, we do have a great gift shop. We really do. We were hit really hard for Christmas shopping, which is great. The good thing is the museum is a free admission. The gift shop, we're a non-for-profit, so the sales just keep the museum going. So you can feel good about kind of shopping local and keeping that going. It's great. A couple of things else coming up. You talked about history. We do history tours. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. now. It's about an hour and 15 in total. You start at the museum, and our tour guide actually walks you through Vail Village, tells you everything from before even the ranching families were here and all of that, up till how we got to where we are now. We have locals that go on that tour, and they learn something every time. So no matter if you're a local or visiting, you will find something very interesting. And the stories, you won't find them anywhere else, I'll tell you that.
See, there's on the screen right now, you see someone standing by, and everybody goes, oh, that's the 10th Mountain statue. It's more of a monument of, of those men that participated, and then the supporting women, and everybody that really started Vail Valley and the Vail Mountains, because it's not that old.
No, it's not. I mean, we just celebrated 60 years, you know? So it's rather new in that sense. But the 10th Mountain Soldiers actually contributed to 62 ski hills when they came back from the war, not just Vail. So you get to learn about Vail specifically, but really how their influence is, our industry wouldn't be here without them. And so because of that, we've been spending time recently collecting all of these photos and letters and whatnot to update our 10th Mountain exhibit in the museum. It is an exhibit called Letters Home, where you can actually, it's a touch screen, you can scroll through the glossary, find soldiers that were in it, and whatever we have on hand, photos, letters, anything, it kind of brings it to life, and you get to put your hands on it. And the grand opening of that really is going to be January 12th in the evening. So come join us for that. It'll be exciting.
And there's so much history. It's way too much for one show to really get into. So I encourage everybody, go into the museum, take a walk through, look at Camp Hale. There's actually the original wood from some of the huts that they lived in while they were training. But the history is unbelievable when you learn about Riva Ridge, and I don't want to get into it all, but World War II and everything that the 10th Mountain Division did.
Yeah, it's amazing. And there will be the Legacy Day parades that the resort puts on, and we coincide with that a lot of times. And we will have a speaker in our Through the Lens series talking about Camp Hale, because there was a book that came out recently that's the images of Camp Hale from beginning to end, and we have the two authors coming to talk about that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Good.
A lot of stuff. So where do you get the inspiration towards some of the series that you're hosting there in the museum?
You know, it's kind of a mix of just all the buzz that's been going around. Some people reach out to us. We look into, obviously the history, anniversaries, certain years, different exciting things coming out. I mean, Camp Hale, obviously, it got dedicated a year ago. So that's kind of, people are very interested in that more than they used to be. It's kind of we have a small team, and we all have different passions, so we all bring to the table what we think would be worth putting in there.
Which is a whole nother thing to go into the Snow Sports Museum and learn about, because the passionate people in there can take you and walk you around and show you every single thing that Snow Sports Museum has to offer.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Well, Ashley, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing all the great series that are taking part there in the museum for either locals or visitors to the Valley to go participate in. So get out there. If you're visiting to the to the Vail Valley, get in there, check it out. It's tucked away in the parking structure right there in Vail Village, and admission is free, so there's no excuse not to go.
Exactly.
All right, we'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Snooki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Lion's Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lion's Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. At the blink of an eye, it seems, there's always technology changes. No matter what we're doing, there's always a change, somehow enhancing, getting better, faster when it comes to technology. Well, Kim has a chance to sit down and talk about some changes in TV and technology with a series called TV Bookers. Let's take a look and see what she finds out.
Now, welcome back to the show. Our next guest we interact with on a regular basis, but not in front of the camera. So joining me today is the CEO and founder of the TV Bookers, Dominic Forth. Dominic, how are you this morning?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Great to have you on the show. Normally, we're interacting with you from an email perspective and getting all of the people that you work with out there in front of the camera. So tell me about the TV Bookers and what you do.
Yeah, so we're really a social impact agency. We're trying to give a voice to entrepreneurs, business leaders, thought leaders, anyone that really wants to make good in the community or the wider world. And the way we do this is really connecting them with great programming like yourselves, where just finding opportunities, to talk about the social impact that they're making and potential differences from there.
Wonderful. You really do have such an incredible range of people that you work with. So you mentioned entrepreneurs, CEOs, and you're connecting them with an audience. So, there's been a lot of change in the industry. What are you seeing from the people you represent to the audience to the networks? What's happening in the industry right now?
Yeah, 2023 has been a fascinating year because there's been a lot of false starts in terms of technology in some cases, and ATSC 3.0 is probably the biggest conversation I'm seeing right now, where for many years we've had the ATSC 1 standard, and we even skipped over the second generation because we saw the potential for a 4K broadcast. And by this year, the goal was to really just broaden that technology. But when you have something that's voluntary, where there's a lot of different players all trying to work together to come up with a standard, there are naturally going to be delays. And so as we approach the end of the year, quite often it looks from the outside looking in that the technology hasn't progressed. But in reality, we have markets now like New York that now has this advanced broadcast capability. And so to talk about the difference, in the past, ATSC1 built on what most people will remember was NTSC before that. And so NTSC was where, we in the 1950s, the US standard was applying color to black and white pictures. And then in 1996, we went to ATSC1, which was making an analog signal digital, and then HD signals and 1080 resolution. What ATSC3 is going to do is add 4K resolution plus much improved audio and then interactive capabilities as well. So it truly is going to be groundbreaking. It's not here yet throughout the US, but numbers are showing that over 10 million set-top boxes have now been activated. So that's still a very large number, and that number is only going to grow as we go into next year.
Well, thank you for breaking that down. I know our viewers would be very interested to learn further about it. Now, could you explain a bit about what 4K would mean to the viewer?
Yeah, it's really about improved picture quality, but the frequency that they're using also adds enhanced capabilities. So you can have a more customized broadcast. So weather is the one that immediately comes to mind to me, where you can have a personalized weather forecast and also personalized content as well. Now, that does cause some privacy concerns for some people, which they can opt out in the same way you can opt out of on a website with cookies and things like that. But ultimately, what I'm most excited about is just the quality of the broadcast and really how this is going to continue the importance of local broadcasts, because local programming is so important to the community. And you think about civic engagement, community engagement, a lot of that is galvanized by local news coverage. And so having over-the-air coverage more accessible in the long term and having a commitment to a gold standard, I think will really be impactful, because local news is just so important. Local programming is so important. And seeing everyone committing to the future, I think, is very exciting.
Well, I think that's exactly right. We are local programming here, and so we really love being involved with our community as well. And now you mentioned the technology, and as an average user, for somebody who is just watching the program, they think of upgraded technology from a television perspective or the type of device that they're watching their programming on. I love that you've explained a bit more on behind the scenes and the kind of technology that is happening to get the broadcast to us. Now, what kind of trends are you seeing for 2024?
Yeah, and you bring up a great point. It's very easy just to go to an electronics store, buy a TV, plug it in, and, you don't think anything more about it. And I often feel the engineers are the unsung heroes behind the scenes, because there's a tremendous effort going on behind the scenes to make this all happen. And in terms of electronics, the same is true. Next month will be the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and we're going to see some incredible developments. So the key developments often with television is all about how white they can get the picture on one extreme and how dark they can get it on the other, so the contrast. And there's some incredible technology that's out right now that's going to be leveled up even further. And the jargon can sometimes get confusing. You have, QLED from Samsung, where they're adding quantum dots in between the LED and the picture to make the image brighter, for example. That's been out for some time now, but we're going to see next-gen sets for that. You've got organic LEDs where they use carbon and organic materials to help improve picture quality. And then you've even got phosphorescent technology as well. So a lot of TVs are currently fluorescent technology. This can be phosphorescent technology as well. So there's a lot going on. Ultimately, for the end user, though, I wouldn't get too bogged down by that. I think the best thing you can do when you're looking for a TV set is just go to the review sites, find a price point you're comfortable with, and determine what's the best picture quality for the price for me. And don't get too carried away, because we could spend hours talking about the specifics of each technology and the pros and cons.
It's true. There are so many terms and technology. I'm not one to pay attention to all of the specific details. I'm looking at the picture size, the size of my picture, and also the quality of it. And I love that there is an organic technology piece. So that's really exciting stuff. So Dominic, where can we go for more information to learn all about what you do and about technology? You mentioned a website and looking up reviews. So where can we find out all the things that we need to know?
Yeah, so in terms of technology, I think going to the manufacturers' websites are always good. I mean, Samsung continue to be a leader, LG continue to be a leader. Even just tapping into your local hardware store. I mean, Best Buy, obviously, and Amazon, two great review sites as well. In terms of social impact and, trying to make a difference in the local community, which is what we do at the TV Bookers, you can find us online at thetvbookers.com. And always happy to work with people who are looking to get the story out, looking to make a difference, particularly in healthcare and in education, and also innovation as well. So again, the TV Bookers is our main site, and I'm happy to help promote causes for positive social impact.
Absolutely. And you connect change makers with the community. I love that motto. So we appreciate you, Dominic. Thank you so much for coming on and being in front of the camera this time. And we loved hearing all that you have to say about technology and the upcoming trends in the next year. It's really, really interesting information.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to my family in Florida, in Delray Beach, Florida. I miss you guys and wish you were here. Love you.
All right, Merry Christmas, Thomas and Annie. We can't wait to spend Christmas with you. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, happy holidays from Vail Health.
Les deseamos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Have a happy, healthy holiday season.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. That was a great segment that Kim did on television technology. Like I said, a blink of the eye and everything changes. Kind of like our weather's done. Getting up this morning, 8 degrees at 8 a.m. 26 degrees is going to be the high today. The great thing is it's going to be full sunshine out there. Not a lot of wind. It's been a little bit gusty over the pass and into Denver, but over here in the Vail Valley, things have toned down a little bit, so it's nice outside. Looking at Vail by the hour, 25 degrees at that noon hour as things begin to warm up to that high throughout the day, so not a lot of changes there. I-70 corridor, 44 and partly cloudy in Denver, 26 in Vail, 27 in Avon, 28 degrees in Eagle with that full sunshine. So it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day to get out there and enjoy snowboarding or skiing, whatever your winter activity is. Now tonight, a little bit cooler, down to 0 degrees, sun setting at 4:49 p.m., but it's going to be a nice clear evening to get out there and stargaze. Last night was that epic full moon, but tonight you'll still be able to see some of that that's out there and shining. Now this is great. Looking at the rest of the weather throughout the week, sunshine going on Thursday, Friday into Saturday. That mid-40 range is going to be wonderful as far as temperature goes. And then the clouds start to roll in beginning of the new year. So we're going to see Sunday and Monday partly cloudy, 40 degrees and 38 degrees respectively. And look at those teens. So if you're out there in the nighttime, be sure you layer up. It's going to be a little bit chilly, Ross.
That's it. I like to say the weather's kind of like the Powerball. They just throw numbers out there all over the place, right?
And you just don't know what's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah, definitely layer up and try to get out and see some of that almost full moon tonight.
Yeah. Well, we had a great show today. Thank you for co-hosting with me.
Yeah.
Got to talk about, I love that snow sports museum.
Yeah.
What a great place to go.
Yeah, whenever I have friends, family in town, that's a must stop.
Yep.
And the gift shop is awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of history, and since Camp Hale was inducted, about a year ago, now there's a lot more eyes on that area and learning more about the 10th Mountain.
Oh yeah, and they have a snowboard that was in a James Bond film. Just so much going on in there.
Yeah. One of the first twin tips, and I mean, you get in there, it's just, you're immersed, and the curiosity kind of gets when you see some of the old ski boots. How in the heck did people ski on that?
Yeah, I like to thank the people that came before us for going through that for us, and now we're pretty dialed, right?
And then getting into the 10th Mountain Division and looking at the backpacks that they had, the equipment that they had to use to go up the hill, not just down the hill, up the hill and around the hill.
Yeah,
So.
well, thanks so much for joining us, Ryan. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh